In the past 24 hours, the crypto market has come down. We've also seen in the main market, the IT sector did come down, but energy and industrials did quite well. Thursday, Australian time, the FOMC meeting minutes will be released. Expect volatility. And the hope of interest rate declines inside the US is decreasing as well. The crypto market has seen $330 million worth of total liquidations, with the vast majority being long liquidations. Quite a few traders were liquidated in the process, nearly 140,000. And across the past 24 hours, the majority of liquidations were long. Across the past 12, still long, 4 hours, still long. And now short liquidations are starting to creep in on Ethereum, Solana, and others. Looking at the 12-hour liquidation heat map on Bitcoin, we've seen that we've taken out those long liquidations, and we're just sitting above the 93,193 level, where the longs are hanging out. The shorts are hanging out around 95,177. On the 24-hour, we're seeing a lot of long liquidations, well in excess of $275 million worth. And we're also seeing around that 93,000, that's a level where the longs could get hit again. The shorts could get hit around the 95 and upwards of 97. Looking into the categories, all categories have come down 4%. Artificial intelligence and the meme coins have been hit the worst as far as sector retracements are concerned. Now we've understood basically how the market is operating and has retraced over the past 24 hours. Let's get into the structural levels and let's run the numbers. "24 hours ago, we were just below the structural resistance level at 96,493. Bitcoin tried to hit it again, and just finally did hit it and was rejected. It pushed through that negative CTKS gap into the 93,432 and the 94,574 structural support area. We would anticipate, all things being equal and an absence of panic inside the market, that we would consolidate through here. If the bears get their way, they'll seek to push it below 93,432 to the 91,487 to 91,951 level. If the bulls get their way, they will push it through the 94,574 level above to come back to challenge the 96,493 level. We can see a slightly different picture on total crypto market cap. We were here in yesterday's video just below that structural resistance of 3.16 trillion, but we noticed that it came up, then it was lower, then it was lower. The alts have been bleeding. We're currently interacting with total crypto market cap support around that $3.05 trillion mark. It's too early to call it as resistance at this stage. It largely depends on what Bitcoin does from here with its structural support. But if the bears get their way, they will seek to push the entire crypto market down to 2.95 trillion. If the bulls get their way, we will see a consolidation above that 3.05 and a rechallenging of the 3.16 trillion. Looking into the directional assessment of crypto, we can see this is Bitcoin's gravitational alignment, that blue line. Typically, when Bitcoin goes up, the alts go up. When Bitcoin comes down, the alts come down. But we have a difference between upper bank plays and lower bank plays. Lower bank overextend the negative downward direction of Bitcoin's gravitational movements, and upper bank underextend the negative movement and overextend the positive movement. Currently, upper bank is Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Lower bank is Pepe, Bonk, and Solana. Yesterday on Solana, we were just below this really steep level of structural overhead resistance, unfortunately, at 170 and 10 cents. And we saw that Solana, just like total crypto market cap and Bitcoin, tried to come up and challenge it, but Solana was incredibly weak. If we can't get above, we're going to the structural levels below, and we found structural support at that 165.40. All price movements are structurally based. So if you know where the structure is, if it can't get above, it's going to be negatively structurally attracted to the level below. And we saw we couldn't get above that 165.40. We made our way down to the 161.80, where we've come back and retested 165.40. Depending on which way Bitcoin goes, and we know that Bitcoin has come into potential structural consolidation. If we get a bit of a flip up, we may, in Bitcoin and total crypto market cap, we may see Solana getting above that 165.40, which is going to be really key. But the 170.10 is now a bit of a problem, and the Solana lower level boundaries have been released. Solana this month is incredibly weak. For a bearish price momentum case, moving below that 161.80 would put the 150.70 and the 156.20 levels in play. Yesterday, with XRP, we were at this level, and we can see that we did come up slightly and we retraced. This is a lot like total crypto market cap. You can see XRP is under negative structural pressure at the current time. Understanding where the structure is really important. And let me just throw a couple of labels on here for you. Oh, that's a bit better. One of the things that we saw, this particular structural level at 2,646 was realistically very important. It was a strong structural support level that got crunched. And when it got crunched, it did a structural failure at the 2,615 and was caught structurally at the 2,556 level. We are seeing similar things play out structurally across different charts. So, what does this mean for XRP in the next 24 hours? If we see repair in Bitcoin, and we know Bitcoin is just at that consolidation region, it's already starting to bounce, it's already starting to interact with structure. If it manages to come up, we should see XRP bypass this 255.6 structural resistance level and make its way back to the 2,646. If it's negative price momentum inside the crypto market, expect XRP to come down and retest this 241.99 area. The key is no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Just to explain this a little bit more with XRP, if I overlay Bitcoin's price momentum across XRP, you can see that directional association. This is very important to understand. As Bitcoin comes up, we expect the alts to come up. As Bitcoin comes down, we expect the alts to come down. Therefore, looking at Bitcoin structural levels and also total structural levels is really important. I mean, it's vital. But unfortunately, very few people do this. Looking into the main markets, we see the S&P 500 was wobbling around its structural support level. It's becoming a little bit weaker. In terms of structural levels on the S&P 500, this previous level was the S&P 500's previous all-time high. We see that we're just below it at the current time. It looks like we're underside retesting that 61.14 level of structural resistance. If we don't overcome it, it's very difficult to go higher up, and there is a positive CTKS gap here. So we could get a rally above the 61.14 level that would blow people's socks off. But we know all the charts are intercorrelated and interdependent. The next level of major structural support is at the 60.89 area. In the last video, gold was just at a structural resistance level at 29.03. It came down and retested, and finally got above it, moving towards the 29.30 and also the 29.39 structural levels. The bullish case is to get above the 29.39 and to move to the 29.59 area. The bearish case is to drop back below the 29.30 and make its way back to the 29.03. Of course, the more likely scenario is to see a degree of consolidation around these levels. When looking at the DXY in the past 24 hours, we've seen a lot of strength, and that strength inside the DXY drove the stock market, the tech sector down, as well as crypto. Just keep your levels eyes on this 107.1708 structural resistance level. If we hit that and start to come down, what it will basically mean is that Bitcoin will come down and then start to go up. There's an inverse relationship between DXY strength and Bitcoin, so just really good to keep this in mind. Also, just bear in mind that we could get a rally inside the crypto market if the DXY backs off, but there is always levels of structural support that we need to be mindful of. Just please make sure you do your cheat sheet every single day. The other thing of note, in the past 24 hours, the VIX absolutely and utterly spiked up. What did that do to Bitcoin? It drove it down. We can see that there was a positive CTKS gap. We had an overshoot of the 1569 structural resistance area and also the 1557. This is really common with the VIX. The VIX overshoots all the time, but the 1602 put a nail in that particular rally, and then it backed down. And we've currently seen a lower high playing out on the VIX. Now, if the VIX starts to drop, we would expect the DXY to also drop, the crypto market to rally. There are a couple of things that you need to look at in order to confirm the direction and momentum of the crypto market. The cheat sheet is the way to go. If you pop across to CTKSmethod.org and just scroll down the page to your cheat sheet to mastering price action, just this one here, that's a free download, and you can do your cheat sheet and you'll gain an incredible insight into the markets. It's really important to know what you're doing. And there are also a lot of free resources and really helpful videos. And if you would like to see previous trades, getting $5,000 in a couple of hours may not seem like a lot of money to some people, but for most people, it's quite substantial. It takes a lot of time and effort to go through financial markets and create your rules, and you should always create your own rules. These rules I'm just sharing with you because being inside financial markets for nearly 4 decades, you make a loss to get a rule, so sharing it will hopefully prevent you making a loss at some stage. But the key to understand, Rule 28, opportunities reset every single day. When you look at a red market, do you see blood in the streets or do you see opportunity? Please let me know in the comments. And thank you to everybody's comments in yesterday's and previous videos. You're just amazing people. It's just a privilege and an honor to be here sharing this journey together. It's also very important to keep your mind really positive. All results come from the mind, and a better mind creates better outcomes. Better habits create a better life. A lot of people live in anger, and when they live in anger, they're only burning themselves. Therefore, we say we are dedicated and committed. We win or learn and never blame. Blame is the heart, and fear is the heart of anger. Anger is not power, it's massive weakness. Strong people are kind, strong people have integrity, and strong people have gratitude. It's very important in this world to be strong. To be strong, we must know that competition is just a non-existent thing. There's more than enough for everyone, and we know the universe is designed to make you succeed. That's what it's all about. And your success doesn't come at the cost of other people's success. In order to think that way, people must think competitively, which is a state of rampant immaturity. Now, I can say that because I'm pretty damn old. And one of the things that you'll learn as you get older and older, a lot of the things that people talk about that are so important, when you get old, they're just rubbish. Hopefully, I can share some of those things with you so you get a better life on the way through, especially if you're just starting your journey. Always remember that you are worthy. You've got nothing to prove to anyone. Go slow to go fast, and always start small and scale. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends. And Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now. Oh, and please let me know what part of the creed is your favorite.